ever see some photos of yourself and you're just like, man, I feel like I could look so much better in this photo. Like, it's not really highlighting how good I actually look. Nowadays in 2023, your photos are quite literally currency. People will judge your social media presence and how you present yourself through the photos that you post, more so than how you actually present yourself in person. And so how you actually take photos, how you pose for photos, how you come off in these photos is extremely important. Now, as usual, I'm going to be a little bit harsh with you guys. The number one reason the majority of your photos do not look good is that you don't look very good. You need to look your best and the photo will resemble how good you look. And the number one key to looking your best in photos or anything is being at a very low body fat percentage. So this, you need good fashion overall, you need to look like a male model, and then we need to capture photos with the perfect poses and everything, which we will get over starting now. Let's get it. Does this look familiar? Every time someone takes a photo of you, you kind of have a couple go-to poses. Maybe it's, you know, kind of like the half smile, or maybe it's the solid peace sign, or maybe it's just the cheesy, like you're just cheesing your butt cheeks off. Or in my opinion, the absolute worst one is the try hard. This is the guy on social media. He's pouting, he's taking all these selfies. Let me tell you something, my brother. Nobody likes these. So I have a couple of guidelines, a couple rules before we get into the video. Number one, no smiling unless it is a candid photo of you actually laughing or actually smiling. These can actually look good, just like this photo, but whenever it's posed, whenever it's timed, like, it looks cheesy and it looks fake. But overall, they've actually done studies on this. Women are naturally going to be more attracted to you if you just come off a little bit edgier, a little bit more serious, because I feel like if you smile too much, people won't take you as serious. Rule number two, we want to eliminate stiffness and posiness. So you don't want to look like you're posing for a photo. That is a secret to modeling. That is a secret to looking good in photos. You don't want to look like you're standing there like a statue, like, oh, you got the arms crossed, you're, oh. This isn't the move, my brother. So try to get rid of the stiffness. Like, whenever you take photos, like, you always want to be moving. It's about fluidity. It's about constantly keeping things in motion. This is actually the secret to modeling. If you're ever on a photo shoot, the key is to always be moving. You're always doing a different pose every half a second. Literally, like, you do a pose, snap, change the pose, snap, change the pose, snap. This is how it works. I actually prefer iPhone photos as opposed to photography photos, and this is why. 90% of photographers are bad. Let's keep it a buck. So, like, chances are if you do a photography session with anybody, it's not going to be good. Most wedding photographers are not very good. Overall, they produce cheesy images that do not look very good, unless you're looking for like a LinkedIn profile photo, which this obviously will not really apply. But overall, most photographer photos are not very good. In addition to this, whenever you're like over editing all of your photos, like you're boosting saturation, like you got the hood filters on, it does not look as aesthetic as well. Personally, if it's from my phone, I never edit anything. Like this photo on my Instagram that got 1,000 likes, I did not edit it in the slightest. It's just raw, straight from the camera. So this is my secret that I use for the face, because obviously the facial posing is going to be a lot of this. So once I actually started getting good at modeling, I started getting a lot more jobs, started picking up some traction. My number one hack that I would do is I would stop actually posing or tensing the face at all. Like, naturally a photo is being taken of you. Like, you want to squint, you want to do all this shit. Overall, man, I learned to just relax, kind of act like I'm dead. You know, like, it sounds kind of crazy, but as long as the eyes are alive, that's the key. You want to keep the eyes alive. But the face, overall, it kind of looks like someone's just catching you looking a little bit depressed, just very stoic, just like you could not care less. Just, this is my secret. You don't have to do this, but I mean, this is pretty much what all male models do. And I think it can definitely enhance your social media photos. For 90% of you guys, the key to an aesthetic photo, the best poses, is to not look at the camera. A lot of you guys, you naturally want to stare at the camera. It's so natural. I understand, but the best photos are going to be looking away from the camera. You're going to be doing something else. We can do a couple different options. Option number one, you can look down. Now obviously this is almost more of a submissive pose. So naturally I don't like to go to this one too often, but every now and then I'll switch it up because a little bit of feminine energy can be good. You don't want to be too overtly aggressive, but it looks like you lost your keys or something. It's a good pose. Personally, I like this one a little bit more, but it's looking up. You know, like you're looking up to God, you're looking up to the universe, you're looking up to Allah. I think this one has a lot of power to it. If you wanted to go even more aggressive, you can like kind of like do something with the hands, kind of like you're just going up like you're a statue. It's very majestic. Now the famous walk away is also a very good one. So it's just like you're walking away, you kind of look behind you, and then boom, camera captures you. It's a great shot. Obviously the best go-to is just moving side to side, and the key is you gotta know your good side, because everyone has a more symmetrical side of their face. You gotta know the good side, and then have the camera capture that good side. So you're just getting that good side. My good side is this side, the right side. Left side, not so much. Now, one of my favorite go-to photos is a blurry flash photo, or just a blurry photo in general. Personally, I love these. I think it's very aesthetic. So, best thing, like if it's a night, maybe you're even shirtless, someone just takes a photo of you, have them shake it a little bit, and then you take the photo with the flash. It looks so sick. Now, this in addition to just a blurry photo, so whoever's taking the photo, tell them, just move their hands a little bit. Act shakier than they actually are. It makes it look very cool, just having that little bit of blur, especially if it's natural. It looks like the photo was not meant to be taken. You guys will notice, that's kind of the key to a good photo. It doesn't really look like it was meant to be taken. It's more of a capture of the moments of you doing something. This is the key, man. This is an aesthetic profile photo. When it looks like you're trying too hard, when it looks like you're posing too hard, it does not look as good. A couple good examples of how you can pose like this where you're just in action is very simple. Maybe one where you're playing basketball, just dribbling. Maybe one of you just drinking coffee. You can be doing this sitting down or standing up. Maybe one of you smoking a cigar, shisha. Obviously, these are some of my favorites. Another good one is buttoning up your shirt. That's a great pose. Top G, he'll be on a boat sometimes looking off into the distance. That's a great pose. Just looking off like you got some deep thoughts in your mind. If you guys are familiar with my content, obviously my go-to is Tarzan and then Greek god. So a lot of times whenever I pose, obviously I'm always shirtless, but I'll literally just like be posing like I'm a Greek god. I'll do that. Or like I'm Tarzan, literally running through the jungle. Now all those photos, I'm actually doing those things. Like this photo of me swinging, I was actually 10 to 20 feet in the air, swinging from vines. I cannot make this up. I wish I had a BTS, man. It was actually very fun. But that's the key, man. Like you want to be doing something really sick, someone captures a photo. Now, obviously some basic ones could be hands in the pocket. Typically, I either go with just the thumb in the pocket or everything but the thumb. That's another one. And then obviously another good one, my apologies for the hair is insane, hence the hat. But it's just to like play with the hair. So it's just like you're doing that, like you could not care less. You're just playing with the hair. That's another good pose. Now I'm gonna discriminate. This one's for my handsome motherfuckers out there. If you're very handsome, I think it's good to eye fuck the camera. If you're very handsome. Like, I gotta tell you, if you're not the best looking guy, it looks creepy when you eye fuck the camera. It's not a good look. Overall, I think it's better to go with other stuff where it's candid, all natural. But if you're a sexy motherfucker, I swear to God, I fuck that camera. Like the most beautiful woman you've ever seen is in that lens. You wanna fuck the shit out of her. That's the look you gotta give to the camera. And this one is killer, if you can nail it. Personally, what I do is I'll kind of put my head down slightly and then look up with my eyes and it's just like, I wanna fuck the shit out of that camera. So that's kind of what I call the eye fuck, or personally the tiger's eye is my name for it, but that's a killer look, and it's the golden one if you're very handsome and can pull it off. If anybody watching this video needs help with their fitness goals, link in the description box for your free one-on-one consultation with me, Austin Wayne. I've transformed thousands of my personal one-on-one clients into Greek god male model shape, so if you want to be next, hit that link in the description box. Also guys, kalosique.com for the best supplements in the fitness industry. We got pre-workout, whey protein, creatine, high growth supplements, everything. kalosique.com. Also, if you're new, subscribe to the channel, like this video to push it out into the YouTube algorithm, I'm gone.